many times have you heard the phrase, fake it till you make it? We usually hear it when someone isn't completely confident in something that they're doing, but it can actually reinforce imposter syndrome. So we're here to talk about why we should actually avoid using this phrase is Dr. Lisa Orbe-Austin. Hi, Dr. Lisa.
Hi, Natalie.
This, I know, is something you feel really strongly about. What is the problem with saying fake it till you make it?
Well, fake it till you make it assumes that you have to be someone else, do something else, kind of be outside of your own skin in order to be successful. And it's a very common phrase you hear from mentors, from leaders. And I think it's very troubling because it tells somebody that in your authentic skin, in your authentic self, you're not good enough for this particular experience.
That totally makes sense. Never thought about it that way. Getting a different perspective here. How does this phrase actually start to reinforce imposter syndrome?
Yeah, so the idea that about being a fraud, being an imposter is sort of very fundamental to the experience. So being told that you actually have to do that to be successful makes it very difficult to internalize any successes you have along the way and seeing them as belonging to you and not this fake persona. It also creates this difficulty in asking for help or finding that you actually can be vulnerable and can be in a learning space and not necessarily know. And so it really kind of purports this idea that you have to be somebody else or something else in order to be successful.
I know that the phrase gets thrown around so much, people don't even think about it. But now as you internalize those things, what should we be telling ourselves the next time someone does tell us to fake it till we make it?
Yeah, you have to, I think about the idea that you are good enough in the current skin that you're in, and it's okay to be growing and learning and asking questions and not feeling fully confident in a moment in a space. And there's ways to kind of deal with that don't have to be about being fake at all, and that you can be vulnerable, you can be learning and still be competent. Those are important concepts to be able to hold together.
Now, Dr. Lisa, this is one that we always hear, which leads me kind of to my next question. Are there other phrases out there that could actually sound good, but could be reinforcing that imposter syndrome?
Yeah, things like practice makes perfect. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. Success comes from perfection. All of these ideas that underlie this idea that you have to be perfect to be successful. You can be successful in a variety of ways. Most of them are imperfect. Most of them are human. Most of them are places in which you are vulnerable and learning and growing. If we're in a role in which we feel like we have space to learn and grow, that role is a good fit for us. If we're somewhere where we have mastery, obviously we might be underemployed or kind of undertitled or in a space where we have kind of mastered that environment. So I think it's really important to allow ourselves to have that vulnerability, be human in our roles and vulnerable and learning and growing. It's incredibly important to the future of our kind of own kind of development.
Dr. Lisa, certainly a good reminder today to just choose your words carefully. Thank you for your time. You guys can see her here every Tuesday on Current and follow her on social media at Dr. Orbe-Austin.